This is my best screencasting software presentation. Before we jump into the best softwares for screencasting, I think a big thing is understanding what exactly is screencasting. So it is typically the means to record or transmit a video of information displayed on the screen of a computer or a phone, which is usually paired with audio. It has become a huge tool, especially since the 2020 pandemic. A lot of teachers and professors and other educators have put this into effect in their classrooms. Um, Typically, they can introduce a topic, play a lecture, things like that through screencasting. So this has become a very valuable tool within our education systems, K through 12 and higher education nowadays. The first software that I want to talk about is the OBS Studio. I've given just a few specs with each of my choices for the best software after conducting some research. The first thing I want to start with is what it's best for. OBS Studio is very good for professional level video qualities. This is what would be considered to be more of the corporate existence, businesses, training videos, things like that. They provided a G2 rating, which was a 4.5 out of 5. Some of its features include tweakable recording settings, capture windows, desktops, images, webcams, etc. It supports different layouts, and it can also be used for streaming. Um, there's no system out there that does not exist without its pros and cons. So that was another thing I wanted to touch base on each of my softwares with, were the pros and cons of the usages of these. So our pros, it has that perfect for pro grade quality. It has loads of editing features, a high level audio mixing, and there's plenty of customization potential to put your own twists on it. One of the biggest cons that was noted was it's not the best option for beginners. So this would be something that maybe once somebody gets used to the world of screencasting, begins to understand how to use it, it would be one that would be great to step up into, but it takes a little bit of practice. The next software that I wanted to talk about was the Screencast-O-Matic. I've had a few resources mention this. Even in my journal critique that I did this week, this was one. There was an entire article that discussed the Screencast-O-Matic and its uses. Again, this has the best use for professional use. Its G2 rating was a 4.1 out of 5. Its features included, it's well suited for business users. Again, in that corporate setting, in that professional use, it's kind of big when you want to introduce topics within the corporate world. It is perfect for presentations, school-wise, business-wise, whichever is the situational. It has a user-friendly interface. Again, everything has their pros and cons. So our Screencast-O-Matic pros were that it has a ready-to-use media library that stores all these different options to incorporate into your screencasting. It has a narration tool, auto captions, as well as plenty of sharing and collaborative features. I know those auto captions can be kind of handy. Speaking on a personal experience, when we were using screencasting, we had a professor who was very soft spoken. However, the program and the format picked up very well on their speech, and it gave us those automatic captions that kind of helped us understand some of the places that he didn't necessarily enunciate the best. So that was a very handy tool from my time in school. And its main con was that a lot of the features are only available in the paid version. It's one of those, not everybody can afford to go out and add another subscription to their list, so it may not be the best match if it's something you want to use those and you can't afford to pay for. The third And final software that I wanted to discuss was the Movavi screen recorder. Um, it's best for simple, seamless screencasting. It's a very basic program that is a little bit easier to jump into as somebody new to the screencasting environment. It had a G2 rating of 4.5 out of 5. Its features included that it offers basic video editing tools, it has easy sharing on social media, and it has high quality output video. So these are all great. A lot of people nowadays share their information through social media. Easier to upload, makes for a lot easier of a time. Um, your pros and cons, your pros, it works on both Windows and Mac, which to me is a big thing. A lot of people run into the issue of it these programs only working on one system or the other, and it comes down to they have to pick and choose. You can record the whole screen or just parts of the screen. It tracks your mouse clicks and keystrokes as well. It works with system audio, mic audio, and webcam, so it gives you many options for your audio system of it and your narration. And it also has a drawing feature that allows for annotations and more, which I think is another big thing in the world of education, especially when trying to, if, for example, it's an English lesson, this is a big thing because you want to be able to annotate and mark where your notes are going and what you want your students to get out of this reading as you're teaching the lesson or introducing this topic. And finally, your con, there's a watermark in the corner of the videos when using the free version. Finally, here are my references. I did do a little research on what the best free screencast softwares were through Ben Jacklin. And then the ultimate guide, what is screencasting? We want to talk about what it was, why we use it, and then from the text, I've also based some of this information through the textbook.